This is Hey Heart 143 with Natalie Tavidian. 143 means I love you. Together, we're learning to love ourselves and stay in love no matter what life throws at us. We are constantly evolving, changing, growing emotionally, spiritually, and physically. And we have to remember to check in with our own heart as we're propelled forward. When you love your own heart, you heal better, you do better, and you live a more fulfilled life. Hi everyone, welcome to Hey Heart 143. I'm Natalie Tavidian. I hope your week is off to a beautiful start. I want everyone to just check in with yourself and see how you're feeling in this moment. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for tuning in to Hey Heart 143. A quick little announcement. I wanted to announce that I am soon going to launch Hey Heart 143 line of jewelry. Jewelry runs in my veins. It is a big part of my family. It is a family business. It's something I've been super excited and wanting to do for a long time, just like I've been wanting to do a podcast for a long time, and it kind of took this huge life change to get this started, to kind of push me toward the types of subjects that I wanted to talk about and cover and stories I wanted to tell. Same thing with the jewelry. I've always said that I want to start my own line of jewelry, and now I know exactly what I'm going to focus it on and what I want the message for those pieces of jewelry to hold. So excited for that. This week I want to focus on a lot of what I've been doing for my own soul growth. So a lot of the guests I've been bringing on have been just incredible in helping me in my own growth. And it's been so lovely getting phone calls and text messages from people saying, I loved your guest this week. This is by far the best. This is by far the best. I get that every week. So I'm so excited that I'm bringing on guests with these incredible stories and powerful messages that they have to share. So I had quite an intense week or two. It's been, I don't know what's going on with the planets, what's going on in your lives, but things got really, really intense, and now it's I'm feeling that the dust is sort of settling, and I'm embracing it. I don't need chaos. I don't need craziness. I'm embracing this dust settling feeling. And even with this huge focus on a new business that I'm launching, it still feels like the dust is settling. And it's not just me. I'm hearing this from a lot of people. But also, a lot of rage has come up lately. So I want to talk about that. A few things that I've been doing. I've tried, a couple weeks ago, I went to a tapping event. If you've heard of tapping, another name for it is emotional freedom technique. And the idea behind it is that it's sort of like acupressure, but on your body. So emotional freedom technique is an alternative treatment for physical pain and emotional pain. And it's kind of known as the psychological acupressure. I went to a really cool event. So it's at Wonderlust in Hollywood. They have it every third Tuesday of the month, I believe. And I went a couple weeks ago, and it's put on by Jennifer Partridge. So this event focused on trusting the universe, and they have different themes every time. So I was invited by a friend, actually Stephanie Valencia, who was on my show last week. She introduced me to it, and it was pretty emotional. So it kind of felt strange at first if you've never done it before. You literally tap the temples of your head, the sides of your head, the underneath your nose, on your chin. I'm demonstrating it as I'm going. And And she kind of gave us this background of how it came about and how it's supposed to work. Whatever the science behind it is, it definitely worked for me. I use it to release a lot. So these last few weeks, I've been releasing a lot, figuring out where a lot of my blocks have been. And I'm dying of lower back pain. Like I know it is emotional. I have excruciating aches and pains in my body that just, the dust is just settling from this crazy roller coaster ride that I've been on for this entire year. And oh, the moon is so beautiful right now. I could see it outside my window. I'm recording this. I started recording this at 10:43 exactly. 143. How crazy is that? As soon as I pushed record. So, trusting the universe, Jennifer talked about, she brought up a lot of questions for us about, where is our block? What is blocking us? How does that make us feel? What are some of these limiting thoughts? Um, where are the challenges? When's the first time that we struggled with this challenge? And it took me way back. So many things in my life are just taking me way back. And I'm having dreams now from college days, things popping up again, going back, and that goes hand in hand with some other techniques that I've been experimenting with to help with healing. So, well, I guess I'm going to go into it and talk about my experiences. And really, what came up for me was that I have a lot of anger. I'm holding on to a lot of anger, and really, that's where I think a lot of my physical pain is coming from. And that really includes anger toward myself. But what was really beautiful is that Jennifer asked us, what would we be doing if we weren't holding on to these blocks? And that really opened the floodgate to trusting the universe. I stopped writing at some point, so I really was just feeling and crying and releasing and bringing in love and empathy and forgiveness for myself, for others, for the whole thing was talking out loud. It was this huge group of people just talking out loud. We were basically in a big talk therapy session while tapping. So look into EFT. And if you can't find it, get on YouTube. There's a lot of really great people that teach EFT. Another thing I've been trying, or just tried for the first time, is EMDR. And this is actually something that therapists use. It's called eye movement desensitization and reprocessing. It's psychotherapy that enables people to heal from symptoms of emotional distress that are as a result of disturbing life experiences. EMDR is something that people with trauma use, and although I'm not going to sit here and say that I've had one major traumatic event in my life, I've experienced a lot of small traumas, like feeling trapped for years, or hey, Heart 143, not listening to my own heart, not opening my own heart, not thinking about my own self. So EMDR is helping me, or the one time I tried it, really, helping me go back and look at events in my life from an outside perspective. And that's where that trauma or that fear or whatever negative vibrational thing came from my life experiences. Really, where EMDR has been coming in for me. It's helping me see my own patterns and not necessarily where I went wrong, but what I could do differently in the future. So we went over tapping and EMDR therapy. The next thing I want to talk about, I actually want you to listen in on this. So last weekend, I went to this place in LA called the Rage Room, and I think it is so crazy that in this day and age, our culture needs something like this. People have so much rage, And I was talking to a good friend of mine in Australia, and apparently they have this out there too. And it's really funny. I was talking to some of my girlfriends after this, and we thought this would be just the perfect first date. You go to the rage room, you break things, and then you walk out and go grab a drink or go grab dinner and talk about our traumas and our anger and what came up in the rage room. I thought it was going to make me feel better, and it definitely did. So listen in right here. That is the sound of about 8 girls with crowbars and bats breaking things in what's called the Rage Room in Los Angeles. This is such a wonderful thing to do. So you can actually take stuff to break, and some of us did that. They give you heavy metal music, they dress you up in protective gear, you have a hard hat, you go in, you're wearing protective gear, and you have a room to yourself for, I don't even remember how long it was. It was exhausting. I think we were there for 40 minutes. You get a crowbar, you get a bat, there are mirrors, there's glass, and you just go in there and you break things, and there's something so satisfying and fun about it. I think I found my favorite workout class. And what I thought after doing this was immediately the next day, so I felt like I released so much. I actually got really sick right after, and I was throwing up the entire night, but because I wasn't hydrating and had one too many margaritas. So I really was purging at the rage room. I let it all out, and it felt great. I walked out, and I just felt so cool and calm. But I felt like I let it out, and then I needed to bring it in. And that's my 4th self-care for the soul thing, Kundalini and meditation. So the next morning, I woke up and I went to Kundalini meditation. I think I had tears in my eyes half the time, because to me, meditating is like accepting and taking from, accepting the gifts that the universe has for us. And I'm not much of a receiver. So right after letting all that rage out, I received. And that's it. That's it for today. Tapping, EMDR, meditation, rage room. Take a look into these. It's not for everyone. Not everything is for everyone. I mean, I'm hearing from some people who said they despise certain types of techniques for healing. But you know what? I feel like I'm loving them all. I'm giving everything a try, and I'm going with it. 1443. It's really funny. This episode is 1443 minutes long. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Have a wonderful rest of your week. I am tapping out. I am unplugging for the weekend. I will be listening to live music, dancing to country, going on hikes, playing in water. I'm just gonna power down and be playful for the rest of the week, and I will see you all next week.